Hey, and welcome to the Uplevel Your Light show. I'm your host, Jasmine Sanders, and today we are talking to Mercedes Vasquez. Mercedes is the creator of Caliente Soul Expressions. She is a crystal Reiki healer and an intuitive life mentor. She uses her masterful knowledge of crystals and their healing properties, combined with her attunement to the client's energy field, to guide her to place the crystals on the client's chakra centers. While the chakras work with their energy, Mercedes performs Reiki, sound healing, and connects with the client's guides to restore harmony and flow to their system. Hey, Mercedes, and
Hi,
welcome.
Jasmine. Thank you. Thank you for having me here. I'm so excited.
I'm super excited to have you, and you have an amazing presentation for us today. Can you tell us a little bit more about it?
Sure. During this time, during this pandemic where everyone is feeling scared and anxious regarding their health and their loved ones and their job and the state of panic, I thought, wouldn't it be great to help everybody learn more about their chakras? And I will show you a little bit about the chakras, what chakras are, how you can activate your chakra, how you can balance your chakra, and how Reiki helps heal the chakras. So I put together this little presentation, and pretty much is to share with everybody what chakras are. Chakras are these energy centers, and they're concentrated balls of energy that resides in everyone. So everyone has chakras. Everybody has a chakra system. Chakra is a Sanskrit term which means wheel or disc. So it's a spinning wheel of energy and light. All life forms, which is us human beings, have life force energy. So that chakras, having a balanced chakra, helps balance and maintain our energy so that we are balanced and healthy. I know it's a lot of balance, but that seems to be the operative word because we all want to stay healthy. Reiki is only one of many modalities that you can use to balance your chakras. There's yoga, there's sound healing, there's meditation, there's acupuncture, there's dancing, there's movement, there's breath work. It goes on and on and on. So right now we will go through all the chakras. There's 7 of them. I'll show you where they are. So this is like a nice little simple diagram that I got from online, and it shows you all the chakras from the root to the crown, and they all have a different color. Besides, there are actually more than 7 chakras. There are like a lot more than 7 chakras, but for the sake of today, we will just focus on the 7 main chakras. I just wanted to add that there's also palm chakras, and they're also very important, especially when you're administering Reiki. So the chakras, here they are. They all are in a line inside your body, and they all kind of like, they're one on top of each other, and they all rest aligned like your spine. So they're all go across your spine. So the root chakra, which is represented by the color red. And by the way, I put on the left side the Sanskrit name, but I'm not going to attempt to even pronounce them. The root chakra lays on the bottom of the spine. So it's at the base of the spine. And all of them, I'm trying to find the right word, but all of them just kind of like are in alignment with your spine. That's what I want to say. And if you look at the chakras, they're, if you were to think of like a 3D, like if you see someone 3D, you turn them around and you would still see the chakra. Like if we went in like with a microscope, you would see the chakra because they're balls of light that reside within. I hope that I'm explaining that well. And I'll find a better way to say it next time. So the root chakra is at the base, right? And it's represented by the color red. It is connected to our survival skill, like our basic trust, our security, our stability. It's also connected to the earth. So it's that it's like our foundation, you know how every structure has to have some foundation. That's the root chakra. It's the foundation. It grounds us. After the root chakra, well, on top of the root chakra is the the sacral chakra, which is orange. And that resides just below, a few inches below your navel. And of course, it's the color orange, and it represents sexuality and creativity. And it's also passion. Like, it's how we relate to one another. It's that relationship, our reproduction or reproductive organs. It's connection, but it's also how we bring life into something, a project, our creation. Above that is the solar plexus, and that's the color yellow, and that resides 2 inches above your navel. Usually people I see are always confused as to where the solar plexus is. So yes, it's 2 inches above your navel, above your belly button. That is your power, your willpower, your control, your wisdom. That is like you, like that gut feeling that we get sometimes that comes from our solar plexus. Then there is the heart chakra. The heart chakra resides right in our chest area, and it actually connects the 3 lower chakras, which are our survival and our connection chakras, with our higher chakras, which are the ones that are more connected to our spiritual and our divinity. So the heart chakra is green, and it's all about love and healing and forgiveness, which is, I think, what we need a lot of right now during this time. So above the heart chakra is the throat chakra, and that is a beautiful turquoise blue. And that connects to our self-expression, our communication, and our ability to speak the truth and also hear the truth, because it's connected to our ears as well. Then we have our third eye chakra, and that is connected in between where our 2 eyebrows meet, and that is represented with the color indigo. And that is also about having intuition, insight, awareness. And then above that, on the top of our head, is the crown chakra. And that usually is like a violet color. Some people see it as a white glow. And that's our connection to our higher self, our spirituality, something larger than ourselves, our divinity. You may call it God, goddess, universe, divine source, spirit. That is our connection to that higher intelligence. So let me tell you about the 7 chakras when they are balanced and out of balance. Knowing this is super important, because when you have an imbalanced chakra, then you know, so going back, when you're feeling a certain way and you're aware of your chakras and you know what the chakras do, how they perform, then you know what areas to target. Especially as a Reiki healer, you will know which areas to give more Reiki to, even though Reiki has its own intelligence, and we'll speak about that a little later. But it's always good to know. For me, I have noticed with clients, if they have a deficient chakra or an excessive chakra, or if their chakra is balanced, because then I know what to treat and where to focus my energy on. So again, starting with the root, because it is the foundation. It is, again, the stability of everyone, and it's connected to the earth. If the root was out of balance, you would feel sluggish, you would feel insecure. There's a lot of addictions, like food addiction, drug addiction. You would either be overweight or underweight or have weight issues, eating disorders, greed, lack of security, lack of identity. You know, people who are not good with money have a deficient root chakra. And it's also good to know that each chakra, when it's out of balance, it could be at either side of the spectrum. It could be an excessive root that's way too much energy flowing and is not grounded, or a deficient chakra that needs more energy, needs to start flowing. So know that it could always be one or the other when it's out of balance. A balanced root chakra is stable, is grounded, is sure of themselves. You feel supported by life. You feel safe. You easily flow with abundance. Money is not a problem. You feel affluent always. And you're good with money and you're good with saving. So the sacral out of balance chakra, you feel lonely. You're not great with relationships. You either have a low libido or you have sexual addictions. You're anxious. Physically, you may have lower back pain or you have urinary issues or even genital issues like STDs and STIs of all that kind. When the sacral chakra is balanced, you feel healthy, you feel vitality, passion, creative. You are in a healthy relationship, you give and take, you have a strong sense of sexuality and sensuality. When your solar plexus is out of balance, you have a low self-esteem. You have digestion issues, you could be constipated, you could have fear, just constant fear, or a loss of control, or the opposite, being too controlling, afraid of losing control. Then when the solar plexus is balanced, you feel confident, you feel self-worthy. You have this sense of like a positive self-image. You can rely on people and you are reliable. You have integrity. You have this willpower, this force to be reckoned with. When your heart chakra, and say that a few times, heart chakra, it's a tongue twister, but when your heart chakra is out of balance, you have abandonment issues. You know, you are either always needy, want some love, or you block love away. Like you don't want anything to do with it at all. You don't want people to like penetrate within because you feel like you're unlovable. You also feel like you have like rejection. You're afraid of rejection. You're afraid of putting yourself out there, or you're envious. You're jealous. You have these jealous rages and you can't control it. And your love is conditional. It's always, if you love me, then you would do this. If you love me, then you would treat me this way. Now, when your heart chakra is balanced, your love is unconditional. You love even if you're not being loved back. You love openly without anything in return. You have compassion. You're in gratitude. You're able to forgive, because when you forgive others, you free yourself. And you're accepting of yourself and of others. And it's also important to say that when your heart is balanced, you also have self-love. So moving on to the throat. And I feel like I need to probably work on my throat. So when your throat's in balance, when it's out of balance, you have anxiety, fear of speaking, fear of judgment. You don't feel like you can speak your truth, or you're constantly speaking over someone else. You're not listening. You feel like you have to say what you have to say regardless of what other people are saying, or you feel like you're not heard and you constantly repeat yourself. Also, you may have a lot of throat infections or ear infections. When you have a balanced throat chakra, you're speaking your truth. You're communicating effectively and freely, and you're also listening effectively and freely. And you also know when to communicate. You don't always feel the need to say something just to say something. You listen for the right timing. When your third eye is out of balance, you have an emotional judgment. Your perception is not on point. You have blinders on. You're unfocused, and you have a blocked imagination. And I don't know if you all know this, but we are all psychic. Every single one of us. We have our sixth sense. We were born with the sixth sense. Not everyone has developed it. Not everyone is aware of it. And everyone has a different form of it. So when our third eye is shut down, we can't even connect to those psychic abilities. We have our blocked imagination. And imagination leads us to being able to connect to other things, to connect to our psychic abilities. When our third eye is balanced, we can see things, we perceive things in truth. We know. We have high intuition. We have an ability to focus. We're wise and insightful. When your crown is out of balance, you feel hopeless. You overthink about things. You overanalyze. You have rigid thoughts. It's my way or the highway. You're confused a lot. You're always asking other people, what should you do? Because you don't trust yourself to know that you already have inside you all the answers. You're depressed a lot. And usually one thing I've noticed when I've worked with clients is that when someone has a deficient crown chakra, there's another chakra, usually the root, that's excessive. So they kind of work together, these chakras. When your crown chakra is balanced, you release what no longer serves you. You stop fighting against the wave and you just accept what is. You know what is. You have spiritual bliss, you're relaxed, and you're enlightened. So, any questions regarding the chakras?
No, that was absolutely beautiful. The breakdown that you gave was just so informative. So thank you for that. I know a lot of our viewers will appreciate that and will be able to like pinpoint, well, maybe I have this issue, and now they know what chakra they need to focus on.
Yeah, and that's why it's so important to know that. It's really important to figure it out. Again, I always knew that I had an issue. Like, for me to be on this platform is a miracle because I always thought that I had a deficient throat chakra. And to start, I was a little nervous as well, but I'm working through it. And it's great when you recognize, like you mentioned, where your deficiency is or where you're out of balance, because you know where to treat it. You know what the root cause is. And now you can work on it. So awareness is always key. So thank you for that. I'm going to move along and talk about Reiki. So Reiki, I love Reiki. I first got Reiki done about 15 years ago. And at the time, I didn't even know what I was getting. All I knew then was that it felt great, that it was a time period where for 45 to 60 minutes, I can just lay on a bed, receive this Reiki energy, and just relax. Sometimes I would go somewhere, sometimes I would feel the energy, and sometimes I felt nothing at all. And that's what Reiki kind of does for you. So Reiki is an energy healing modality, and it was started in Japan, and it's used for stress reduction and relaxation. But it also promotes healing, both physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. And like I mentioned with the chakras, it helps balance each chakra because it's a beautiful life force energy that's being infused into each chakra to bring them back into alignment. So if we break down the word Rei, key, Rei is the universal consciousness. So it's that God energy, that goddess energy, the higher power, the universal, the cosmic energy, whatever you call it, whatever your source is, it's that infinite, wise, divine intelligence. And Qi, which also means Qi in Chinese and also prana, is life force energy. So it's a combination of this universal consciousness and life force energy. And like I mentioned before, we all have life force energy and we can all do Reiki. So I was trained, and in my training, I was taught how to do certain hand placements, and I received certain symbols that help focus the energy for certain areas and certain ailments in a person's body and life and situation, whatever they needed healing on. but everyone has access to Reiki because, as I mentioned before, we all have palm chakras. So all we have to do is activate our Reiki and we can send energy to one another. So Reiki promotes deep relaxation, like I mentioned before. It helps to release stress and anxiety, helps to promote pain relief, promotes peace of mind. It strengthens the immune system. So it's really good for this time. And it helps recover from injury, like the body, if it's had any trauma or if you have any muscle ache. And it also, like I mentioned, energizes and balances. So an analogy that one of my teachers taught me to think about how Reiki works is imagine yourself as a faucet, or imagine me as the Reiki practitioner as the faucet. All I have to do is be the channel, the vessel, and I have to activate this vessel. And I want to make sure that this vessel is not rusty. So I meditate and I connect to the higher source. So I turn on my faucet, and that water that streams through me is the universal consciousness. And that is the Reiki energy with the life force energy. And then you, the client, receive the water. So Reiki is so intuitive that if I didn't want to focus on any specific chakra and just give you Reiki, Reiki would know exactly what part of your body needs the energy, the life force energy the most. So again, even if you don't feel like the energy, and some people do, it's still a perfect form of just relaxing, of just releasing stress, which we need to do so much, because stress does cause disease, So I want to go into a meditation to activate our chakras. So if everyone can just close their eyes and find a comfortable seating position wherever you are. You can either be cross-legged or sitting on a chair. Just take a moment right now just to ground. And do me a favor, just shake it off. I'm feeling some weird energy, so just shake it off right now. If you want to give it some sound, give it some sound. And taking a big deep breath in, slowly let it out. Taking another deep breath in, this time releasing it through your nose. Continue to take deep breaths in. And as you release each breath, be conscious of the air that flows out. Be aware of how slow you're going with each breath. If you think you're going slow, then go slower. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in and notice if you have any tension in your body, any tension in your head, arms, chest, neck, didn't mention neck, torso, your sit bone, your legs, and just release. Continue to breathe and just focusing on your breaths. Every time any thoughts come up, just release them on your exhale. As you continue to breathe, imagine a red ball of light starting to pull at your base chakra. See that red ball of light right there on your root, activating with each breath. With each exhale, your ball of light gets bigger and brighter. As you breathe in, imagine that light coursing through your legs, going straight down your knees, to your calves, straight through your feet, past the ball of your feet, and straight down into the ground, past the concrete, the stones and the pebbles, straight down into the earth. Keep breathing as that light continues to forge down, 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 down into the center of the earth, to the core of the earth, to the core of Pachamama, Mother Gaia, our Mother Earth. As it connects to the center of that core, it pulls with the beautiful golden liquid of that core, that light, that center of the earth. And as you continue to breathe, that light mixed with your root chakra comes back up through the dirt, through the stone, through the concrete, through the ground, up through the balls of your feet, through your calves, your legs, and straight back in to the base of your spine where your root chakras is, and it continues to glow and grow bigger. As you breathe into that light, you are grounded. You feel grounded. You are safe. As that light starts to continue to circulate and spiral, it starts to move up to your sacral chakra, right below your navel. That orange light starts to activate, starts to open into a beautiful flower. You start to feel creative. You start to feel connected. Breathe into that light. And as you exhale, it starts to grow and glow brighter. Taking your next deep breath in, take that light up to your solar plexus, that spot right above the navel, 2 inches above. And that beautiful yellow light is now spiraling and circling round and round and round, opening up your entire torso, giving you the strength and the power, the control of you, your inner wisdom, your inner gut, your inner intuition opening up. As you breathe in and exhale, this light continues to glow. On your next breath, take that light straight up to your heart. Open your arms and receive as your heart chakra is activated and it's glowing and spiraling, filling you up with love and forgiveness and compassion. Breathe that light in and exhale. And as you exhale, the light just keeps getting bigger and brighter, and it glows even bigger than before. On your next breath, you're going to take that light and you're going to send that energy up to your throat chakra as you activate that beautiful turquoise blue, and it expands with self-expression and communication. You are clear and you listen even clearer than better than ever. As that light starts to spiral, it starts to glow, it starts to connect you to your voice. On your next breath, take that light straight up into your third eye, that spot right in between your eyebrows. Breathe in to that circle of light as it starts to be activated and starts to spiral, that beautiful indigo color, opening up your perception, opening up your awareness, opening up your sight to the truth, to what is, to your connection, to your intuition. Breathe that in as that light starts to expand outwards from the front of your head to the back of your head and all around. As you breathe in, take that light straight up to your crown chakra, to that area above your head, and that light starts to swirl a beautiful violet color. And it starts to open you up and connect you to your divine source, to your higher self. As you take that breath in, the light from the sky, from the cosmos, from the universe starts to shine down on you, connecting you with your crown chakra. That pull of light starts to get bigger. It starts to mesh with the light from the earth. Every chakra is now connected with the light from Mother Earth and the light from the Father cosmic sky. And as your chakras start to flow and activate and start to be in alignment with one another, that light starts to grow and glow outwards until you are surrounded by this big ball of white light all around you. This beautiful glowing ball of light. It stretches at least 3 feet all around you, front of you, to the side, behind you, above you, and below you. You are encircled with this beautiful, amazing white ball of light. Take a few breaths here and just allow yourself to receive this energy. Feel yourself connected to the earth. Feel yourself connected to your higher source. Feel each chakra buzzing with vibration as you've opened and activated each one. And because you've opened and activated each one, you are in alignment, which means your chakras are currently balanced. Breathe that in and release all that. Knowing you are safe, you are creative, you are strong, you are loved, you are self-expressed, you are connected, and you are divine. Continue to breathe. Breathe in that flow, that love. And thank your body. Thank your higher wisdom. Thank your spirit for bringing you here today, for allowing you to experience this today, for its infinite wisdom, and for knowing now that once you've activated your chakras, you can always come back to this meditation and activate your chakras anytime you want. Thank your body, thank your soul, thank your higher self. Thank your chakras. And taking a final breath, as you slowly exhale, start to wiggle your toes, your feet, and your hands. And at your own pace, slowly start to open your eyes and come back to this present moment. How was that? How do you feel?
That was beautiful. That was absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you. Thank you. It's my honor and my pleasure to be able to share this with everyone because, again, like I mentioned, I think it's very important for people to feel grounded, feel safe, feel supported, feel healthy, and whatever we can do to help promote that.
Yes, and I would just like to note that before we got on the call, I was feeling like under the weather, and now I feel much better.
Oh,
So
good.
that flow just opened up everything, and I just feel so much better. So thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. I'm so glad to hear that. And I just want to remind everybody, you can always connect on your own. You know,
Mhm.
you can give yourself Reiki as well. And you can also activate and balance your chakras by meditation.
Awesome. And I see you have some amazing affirmations here. Can
Yes.
you just tell us a little bit about those?
Yeah, so these affirmations, again, I kind of went through them when we were doing the meditation,
Hmm.
but another great way of like balancing your chakras, or sometimes we get in our head, and one of the ways I find for myself, it seems to work for me, it doesn't work for everyone, is sometimes when you get into your ego, you can't always stop it, but you can counteract it with a positive message. So that's where these affirmations come from. So when you're feeling out of sorts, you're rude, you just repeat, I am safe. I am safe. I am safe. You can say, I am grounded. I am here. And for the sacral, you're feeling uncreative, or you're feeling like out of control, you can just repeat, I am creative. I am creative. I am creative. For the solar plexus, you can say, I am strong. I trust my willpower. I trust my divinity. I am strong. For your heart, you can just say, I am love. I'm loved. I am love. I am loved. Both work well. For the throat, I am expressive, or I speak my truth. I am expressive. I speak my truth. For each one of them, it's really good to say them 3 times. I know I haven't, but just so you know. For the third eye, I am connected. I am connected. I am connected. And for the crown chakra, I am divine. I am divine. I am divine. And you can also use any affirmations that resonate with you. But I find that saying them 3 times each really grounds you, really balances you, and it helps promote like a better state of mind, a better peace of mind.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I absolutely love those. And I know that I have my affirmations that I use daily, and I think these will really support our audience in feeling more connected and grounded. So thank you for those, Mercedes.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And I know that you have an amazing gift for some of our lucky audience members. So can you tell us a little bit more about that?
So, yes, so I'm offering, um, besides doing crystal Reiki healing, and right now, usually when I do crystal Reiki healing, I do it in person. But because of the state of where we are today, um, what I do is crystal grids, and I'm offering 3 sessions. So for each person, 30-minute sessions where we could do an intuitive healing with crystals, with distant Reiki, or oracle card reading. Or I also just do intuitive readings. So I work with each person on an individual basis, depending on what their souls, their guides, they tell me they need, and then we plan it out. And the reason why I'm offering 3 sessions, because I think one is not enough. So we can build on it, because sometimes what I've noticed when I've given crystal Reiki healing, we work on an area, but sometimes you need to infuse that area with a little bit more love and more energy. So yes, I'm offering 30-minute sessions with me catered to each individual.
That is amazing. And I love that you have it up here. This is how our audience members can get in touch with you in order to take advantage of that. And there
Yes,
will
but I
also,
do.
mhm,
I just have to say I made a typo. So my company is Sol Caliente Soul Expressions, but the actual website is calientecreatrix.com. But don't fear, because if you put down Caliente Soul Expressions, it will automatically take you to calientecreatrix.com. But you can follow me on IG and Facebook at Caliente Soul Expressions.
awesome. And that will also, there will also be links in the email that they've received in this video in. So did you have any final words, Mercedes?
No, I mean, I'm grateful to be here. I'm honored to be sharing what I love to do, and I know that the more I share, the easier it will get. And I'm here for everybody. I'm here to be of service to help others in whatever way they need to be helped. It could be just sometimes people just need an ear, or a shoulder to cry on, and I'm here to help in whatever way I can. I know that that source has provided me um, certain modalities to be of service. So here I am, and thank you for being here, for your love, for your patience. I appreciate it.
Amazing. Those are beautiful final words. Thank you so much for those.
Thank
And
you.
we just want to send you guys so much love and thank you for joining us for
You're
today's
making
episode. And thank you for joining us for today's episode of the Uplevel Your Light show. I will see you in the next one. Bye.